Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm actually going to be doing something I'm really excited about. I've really wanted to do an outdoor movie night for so long, and so today I'm finally setting up my little outdoor movie theater and having some friends over tonight for a Halloween movie. So I want to get started on a few recipes for tonight. I'm going to do chili, nachos, popcorn. I'm going to do cheesecake cups and what else? Apple cider sangria. So I want to go ahead and get started on the chili because that's obviously going to take the longest, and I'm going to go ahead and use some crock pots. I need to make a regular chili and then a vegetarian chili because one of my friends coming over is a vegetarian, so she's going to get her own chili. So let's go ahead and get started. I did already go ahead and brown the ground beef, so I have that done this morning. I also went ahead and chopped up some red and yellow bell peppers. And so I kind of did all my prep work ahead just so I wouldn't be in a rush later. And then I've got my onions and jalapenos. And then I also grabbed some diced tomatoes, a few cans of that. I've got some tomato sauce, some black beans, more diced tomatoes, some kidney beans, tomato paste, and I am going to try this chili seasoning. It says wood-fired chili. Looked kind of good, so I figured I would give the Kinders a try. Regular chili, and I've got about 2 pounds of ground beef, and I just seasoned it up with taco seasoning this morning. So what I'm going to go ahead and do now is I have my red and yellow bell pepper, so I'm going to go ahead and add that into both of my chilies. And then I chopped up about 1 onion, and I want to say about maybe 2 jalapenos. So I'm going to go ahead and add that into both. I really like to have a lot of veggies in my chili. It just tastes so much fresher. And obviously I like to have a lot of meat because I think I underestimated how much beans I needed with the 2 pounds of meat, but that's okay. Everyone's getting a meaty chili tonight. And then we're gonna go ahead and add the Kinder's wood-fired chili. I think I need to add a little bit more water to this chili just so that it's not quite so thick. Sometimes I'll add beef broth, but I feel like the amount of ground beef in here, that's really gonna give it a good beefy flavor as it cooks down. So I feel like we can just go ahead with water in this. And this smells so good. I'm hoping that I like the Kinder seasoning. I'll let you guys know what I think in one of my next videos. So if you want to try that same chili seasoning. And then here's a look at the chili all ready to go in. And then we've got our vegetarian one here. So let's go ahead and get these crock pots started, and we'll get on to our next recipe. Okay, so to go with my chili, I'm going to make some cornbread muffins. So I like this Jiffy mix. This is a Jiffy honey corn muffin mix. So I grabbed 2 packets of that. And what I do is I normally follow the recipe on the box, but I do add in a few other things. So obviously the recipe calls for a 1/3 cup of milk for each. So I've got 2/3 cup of milk, got 2 eggs, and then this is where I veer off from the recipe because that's all it calls for, is just those 3 ingredients. But what I like to do is I like to squeeze a little bit of honey in it. And then per each package, I like to add either regular corn or I'll do a creamed corn. So we'll add that in. And then usually I add 1 or 2 of these diced green chilies. I don't know why I got 1. I meant to get 1 for each package because that's what I'll usually do. And then the other thing is I don't measure it, but I either add, like, this is a Fiesta blend, so it's cheddar, quesadilla cheese, asadero. It's multiple different cheeses. You can do this or cheddar, whatever you prefer. So I like to just add a couple handfuls of that. And then also, since we're doing cornbread muffins, I got these cute little festive Halloween muffin cups. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. And add in the milk. Couple eggs. And then we're gonna go ahead and add in some honey. Mix this up in my mixer, and then we'll go ahead and add in the corn, the green chilies, and the cheese. So now we have a good corn muffin mix. So let's go ahead and get started dumping the rest of the ingredients in. So let's add some green chilies. And like I said, you can add 1 or 2 cans. You can even add more if you want. Another thing I've done in the past is I will add jalapenos sometimes if I want a little bit of a kick. This time I'm just opting for a non-spicy version. So we'll do a couple sprinkles of cheese. I think that's a pretty good amount. Let's go ahead and give that a good stir. And that's about how the corn muffin mix looks once I've got it all mixed together. You can do more or less corn. Sometimes I will just do 1 can with the 2 packages. But if you like more corn in your cornbread, then obviously go ahead and do the 2 cans. So let's go ahead and get our muffin liners in the muffin pans. I normally wouldn't do it this way, but I think it seems So we've already got one pan ready, so let's go ahead and get our second oven. Okay, so I just got my cornbread muffins all out of the oven. I actually have 2 whole plates of them. So those are done. They smell so delicious right now. And so now we're gonna go ahead and get started on the apple cider sangria. So for this, you just wanna have a bottle or 2 of Pinot Grigio. You could use different white wines, like whatever you prefer. I'm going with a Pinot Grigio since it's gonna be fairly sweet with the apple cider. And then I've got my apple cider here. Gonna need cinnamon sticks, some apples. I have some Pink Ladies and a Granny Smith. So I've got about 4 apples here. And let's go ahead and get started. Then we're gonna go ahead and add in some apple cider. I'm gonna start out with 2 cups and see how that is for one. Because the recipe that I saw called for a bottle of wine and 2 cups of apple cider. Yeah, I feel like I need more apple cider, so we're gonna go ahead and do 4 cups each. Set that aside. We're gonna go ahead and toss in some of our cinnamon sticks. I'm just gonna toss 3 sticks. So do a half a Granny Smith in that one. Now we'll go ahead and add some of the Pink Lady or Honeycrisp, whatever you prefer. I honestly think that's probably enough apples for both of these. So I'm just gonna be good with an apple and a half in both of the sangrias, and then I'm gonna go ahead and put these in the fridge to chill and just infuse with the flavor, and they should be ready for tonight. So I think I'm just gonna first open up all the Oreos before I scrape the cream. I think this will be a more efficient process for me. And then this is gonna look like dirt, because basically the little cheesecake cups are gonna look like little cemeteries. We're gonna have a tombstone with an Oreo. You'll get to see that at the end, and then we're gonna put this little ghost on the top for decoration. I'm just gonna stick these on the toothpick so the little toppers are ready to go. our Oreo scrape, it's time to begin crushing. You can do this with a food processor, but I didn't really want to get anything else out. I just figured the rolling pin is easy enough. So just some wax paper and the rolling pin. We've got all of our graveyard dirt and our extra cream. All right, and then we've got our little ghost on a toothpick for the top. And then we're just gonna write on each of the Oreos, rest in peace, because this is gonna be our little tombstone for the top of each dessert cup. All right, green gel icing thing. So nice and easy. So we've got our toppings ready. We've got our dirt ready. I've got my cups ready. All right, so last step, or last couple steps. So you're gonna take a block of cream cheese, put it in our mixing bowl. Let's see how much. Okay, so we're gonna add the powdered sugar and vanilla extract in here. And we need 2/3 cup of powdered sugar and a teaspoon of vanilla. We've got a teaspoon. Now we're going to go ahead and mix that up. So we have this all whipped up. This is our cream cheese mixture. Now we're gonna use a half a tub of this Cool Whip, or if you just get a regular size one, an 8 ounce, then you would use the whole thing. So the next step is just take a spatula and just fold it right into the cream cheese mixture. Bowl's getting away from me. So I'm gonna finish folding it in. Get it nice and creamy and smooth. And I think we're good. I think it's fully combined. So we can start making our cups. So what I'm gonna do is in the bottom of each of these, I'm going to put a scoop of our crushed Oreos. Actually, I should probably see how many I'm getting out of this. Putting this mixture in. So you're just gonna layer the cheesecake and the Oreo crumble. Do is take one of the little headstones, pop it right in like so, and then take your little ghost. Oh. Actually, I'm gonna put my headstone up higher there. Stick my little ghost back there. And there's your little cheesecake cup. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys just a rundown of the backyard before we go ahead and get started. We already blew all the leaves and cleaned off the patio. So here's the space I'm working with. I have a very, very small backyard, but just to kind of give you can see my dog Hunter there. And it's just kind of narrow. And so where you're looking in the grass area is probably where we're gonna set up the screen. And then, yeah, I just kind of put all the chairs on the back patio for now because we're gonna have to set those back up around the fire pit. And then you can kind of see this area, my little fire pit right there. I've got the cafe lights up there. You might not be able to see them right now because they're not on. But yeah, so we'll go ahead and set up the chairs in this area, get a fire going tonight, turn the cafe lights on, a screen over there. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started with decorating and setting up the whole backyard. So here you see me going in with some fake pumpkins that I had sitting on the back porch, and I also have the lanterns there that I normally keep on my back porch as well. Just kind of repurposing a few things that I already had around the house to decorate the area by this screen. And now I'm gonna set up the table where I'm gonna put all the food out. I figured it was a good idea to go ahead and set up a temporary table on the back patio just to make it really easy for my friends to grab food and take it back to their seat when we're watching a movie. That way they can kind of snack on things throughout the night and not have to run into the house for everything. I did, however, end up keeping the sangria in the house just to keep it cooler. Still pretty warm out here in Florida right now. And then right there, I'm going to put the crock pots. I have the one crock pot of chili, and then I'll put out another crock pot as well with some cheese in it, with the nacho cheese. And that was just such a convenient spot because I did have the outlet right there on the wall. So it's really a great spot to set up, especially if you want to do like an outdoor fire pit, just to make it so convenient for your guests. Okay, so now that the chili is made, we got our cornbread, we got our sangria, we're gonna be on to our nacho dip. So I'm gonna use some queso blanco, the Velveeta. This is like a 16-ounce package. We're gonna use a couple cans of Rotel, and then I've got some Fiesta Blend shredded cheese and some queso quesadilla. And so we're gonna kind of mix all of that together in the crock pot and let that cook.
Urgent to light a candle. Dogs.
Popcorn?
Popcorn. Is that your favorite?
Uh-huh.
Mine too. Okay, pop. Pop, 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 pop. Pop, pop, pop.
Think this is my yearbook? Dear Richie, sorry for taking a hot stinky dump in your backpack last March. Have a good summer.
I wanted to go ahead and give you guys a look at the setup at night after it was dark and all the lights were on, and also just show you the movies we were watching. Not sure if you could tell what we were watching, but our first movie was Hocus Pocus, and then our second movie was It. So that's what you see us watching towards the end of the night here. And it was just so beautiful with the fire and the fire pit and the lights and just the tiki torches. So I'm hoping this gives you guys some inspiration for your own outdoor movie night this fall or even this winter. And that's going to do it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you'll subscribe to my channel. Until next time, see you guys later. Bye.